6.
Dock workers will be scrambling to get a southern Kentucky marina ready for Memorial Day weekend. A fire damaged several parts of the Conley Bottom Marina on Lake Cumberland. And this is what the fire looked like around 2:30 this morning. The restaurant, store, and gas station all burned. WIMT's Phil Pendleton gives us a look at how the marina plans to rebuild before the busy holiday weekend.
Marinas are like little floating cities, and in the center is usually a store.
When you're down here camping, the people that are coming to camp, you know, that's just like their lifeline. They can get anything they want at the marina. They can get anything from clothing to pancakes of a morning.
But that store and the cafe at Conley Bottom is no more. Both were destroyed in an early morning fire. Both were taken just before the busiest time of the year is to begin.
Just like to ask everybody to come on down. We're still going to be here.
Fred Piercy says the marina is booked for the Memorial Day weekend, and all of those reservations will still be honored.
But we're very fortunate. We didn't lose any rental boats or any private boats.
They'll put up a temporary shelter to check people in and rent boats. But it's likely their cafe will remain closed for quite some time.
Oh, their pork tenderloin is wonderful. Ice cream, all the kids like the bubblegum ice cream. And
Conley Bottom will continue on, but some summertime traditions might just be missing this year. In Wayne County, Phil Pendleton, WIMT Mountain News.
They did have great ice cream there. Fire officials and the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife are still investigating the cause of the fire. Kentucky Branded is launching this shirt to raise money for Conley Bottom. In a Facebook post, Kentucky Branded says 100% of net proceeds will go directly to the marina. The shirts are selling for $20 a piece. Want to go to a developing story now out of Laurel County. One man is dead on Kentucky 30 following a crash. Police say a motorcycle and vehicle collided. Investigators tell us the driver of that motorcycle is the person who died. Right now, we do not know the name of the people involved. We do have a reporter at the scene and hope to have more information soon. A crash shut down Highway 80 this morning in Knott County. Kentucky State Police say 50-year-old Danny Kestner of Perry County was driving an SUV when he crossed the center line and hit a coal truck head-on, killing him. The driver of the coal truck was not seriously hurt in the crash, but the truck caught on fire and burned on the side of the road. A man died Sunday following a police chase in Pike County. A state trooper says Delano Henderson took off when he tried to stop Henderson. Investigators say the chase reached speeds of 60 miles per hour before Henderson crashed on Highway 194 around Johns Creek. The car hit several trees, rolled down an embankment, and caught fire. Troopers say they could not save him. Henderson died at the scene. A grand jury indicted a father last week on murder and arson charges. Vaughn Brock is accused of killing his young son earlier this year. Police found the little boy in a washing machine following the fire. Joseph Brock was only 1 year old. His father, Vaughn, pleaded not guilty. He is scheduled to be back in court on May 28th.
Well, if you haven't got out and enjoyed today, I recommend doing so. Those temperatures pretty mild, and we're seeing those mostly sunny skies. You'll notice as we take a look at a few of those cameras looking into downtown Whitesburg, we're seeing beautiful sunshine over there, dry conditions, and looking outside the front porch here at WIMT, we're seeing temperatures near 83 degrees, mostly sunny skies, and check out that dew point of 50. So it's feeling like those lower 80s outside, not muggy at all. Temperatures really into the upper 70s to lower 80s, warmer down into the Cumberland Valley, a little bit cooler up north along Moorhead, Ashland. You're seeing those mid 70s up there. That cold front moved through earlier, brought a few scattered rain chances you'll notice in Kentucky-Virginia border as it continued to push through our area. Overall, we have remained dry, and that's going to continue as we head into tomorrow. Mild day. Temperatures do start to increase as a warm front moves in. We'll bring back those daily rain chances as well. We'll look at that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes. Steve.
All right. Thank you, Paige. There's a messy situation in Pike County with no end in sight. Since February, road crews have taken out nearly 800 loads of debris from a mudslide in the Little Robinson Creek area. It could take up to a year to stabilize the project. WINT's Marianne Fletcher talked with officials who say this slide is different than anything they've ever worked on.
around 400 yards long, 50 yards wide, and 50 feet deep. This slide is causing a big headache for many in the Little Robinson Creek community of Pike County.
Well, we seen it a week before it happened start slipping. We just knew it was going to come off.
Tommy Hall Jr. lives near this muddy mess.
We didn't think it'd be that bad, and it wasn't when it first started.
Since February, the rainy days are causing the mudslide to grow.
It started out as just, I think it was a tree and maybe 2 loads of dirt.
Fabian Little is the supervisor for the Pike County Road Department.
Usually we can go in and have a slide cleaned up in a day or 2 days.
Clearing more than 60 loads each day, the slide is bigger than what they are used to.
This slide's really no comparison. It's just so much bigger.
Crews hauled off more than 23,000 tons of debris since February.
Judge Jones, all the commissioners, they have allowed me to use every resource that we have.
And with no end in sight.
I mean, with this, there's no way because you don't know how much is going to keep moving.
Those who live here are thankful for the constant upkeep.
They're doing an excellent job.
Cleaning up a mess while keeping everyone happy. In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Thankfully, no one's been injured since the slide began. One man is behind bars tonight after a shooting in Pulaski County. Investigators are still trying to piece everything together, but we do know it happened on Bonnie Blue Lane near Braunston. Police say 2 men took their fight outside, and that's when one of them fired shots. Tonight, 24-year-old Gregory Coots is in jail facing an assault charge. The other man was airlifted to the hospital. No word on how they are doing tonight. The May primary just a few hours away now, but one of the most closely watched races will be who's on the Democratic ticket in the governor's race come November. Rocky Atkins, Andy Beshear, Adam Edlin, and Jeff Young will be the 4 names to choose from tomorrow. WYMT's Connor James has a preview.
With low voter turnout expected, every vote will count come Tuesday. On the Democrat side, it is a packed field. House Minority Leader Rocky Atkins spent his final day in eastern Kentucky.
Now, rural Kentucky, regardless of whether you're in western Kentucky or eastern Kentucky, they're ready to have a seat at the table.
He's strumming to the tune of Knowing Blue Collar Roots.
They're ready for somebody that understands rural Kentucky. They're ready for a rural Kentucky governor.
Many times in politics, it's a name game. If you have the name recognition, you fare better in the polls.
I'm Andy Beshear. Adam Edlin, Democrat for governor.
And the ads in this race became evident of that. Attorney General Andy Beshear beats to the drum of fighting for the so-called underdog Kentuckian.
Well, I believe that Governor Bevin has been a disaster as a governor. Everything from the name-calling and bullying.
He spent the past 2 General Assemblies and hours in the courtroom battling with Governor Bevin's administration over the pension bill and abortion laws.
Everybody talks about education, but I was the only person who went to bat to protect our teachers and ensure that their pensions weren't cut.
Adam Edlin is returning to politics following a 2015 loss in his state auditor's re-election bid.
The Frankfort politicians didn't unlearn the trick of robbing from the fund to balance the budget.
According to campaign finance disclosure information, it appears he raised more money than his challengers. But the question is, will that translate to a win?
Steve, also on the ticket, like you mentioned, is retired engineer Jeff Young. He's become a familiar name in Kentucky politics, but has never won. Polls open at 6 a.m. tomorrow. We will have election coverage throughout the evening on WYMT and WYMT.com. If you see any suspicious voting-related activity, call the Attorney General's hotline at 1-800-328-VOTE.
Connor James in our newsroom. Should be an interesting evening. Thank you very much. There are several other statewide races, of course, too. 4 Democrats and 4 Republicans are running for Secretary of State, including former Miss America Heather French Henry. She is facing 2 Eastern Kentuckians, Jason Belcher and Jason Griffith. Current Attorney General Andy Beshear is, of course, not running for re-election since he's running for governor. In that race, Republicans will choose between Daniel Cameron and Will Schroeder. Both have been advertising heavily, gotten kind of nasty in recent days. Both say they will stand with President Trump's agenda. Former Attorney General, House Speaker, and Floyd County native Greg Stumbo is running unopposed on the Democratic side for Attorney General. Of course, we'll be following all the races tomorrow night. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is leading the push to increase the smoking age from 18 to 21. His measure would not just cover tobacco products, but e-cigarettes and vapor products as well. Kentucky's senior senator says they have become a completely new health epidemic. The bluegrass has had among the highest cancer rates in the country. A traffic alert for you tonight. Tonight through Wednesday, Restaurant Row in Magoffin County will be down to 1 lane. Crews will be working in traffic beginning at 7 p.m. until 5 a.m. each night with signs and traffic controllers to maximize visibility. Their location will change each evening as they work their way across the Mountain Parkway. Highway officials say to expect delays. A Rowan County way station is back open, but with a new name. Kentucky State Police and the Transportation Cabinet reopened the Moorhead Way Station on I-64. The grand reopening also marked the dedication to Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Inspector Benita Blanton. She was killed in a crash while on duty in 2016. The way station has some new technology with its reopening. It's expected to increase highway safety.
And we see drier conditions as we head into the next few days. Few scattered showers and storms are possible, but those temperatures are really going to be the main story. I'll have a look at those in just a few short minutes.
But first, we'll tell you how a former drug addict is chasing her dreams.